It helps a little bit with less preparation time, but it's tournament time. I can't get wrapped up in what would be better if we had more time, less time. I mean, it just is what it is, and we have to be ready to go against the opponent that's on the slate for Wednesday night.
Do you use the NCAA tournament seeding as a talking point, as motivation in the locker room, or is it standard cliches of one game at a time?
No, I think our guys are well aware of the stakes when you're playing games in March. We've got some players that have played in both tournaments, Big East and NCAA tournament, so they know what's at stake, and it's about being at our best on Wednesday night.
We obviously we read a lot about what people are projecting, what people are saying, but from your perspective, I know you don't know exactly what. I don't think anybody really knows what the tournament committee wants from a year in, year out basis. But looking at your resume personally, are you okay with your resume right now? What you guys have accomplished?
Well, I answered that today earlier on the conference call, and let me say this: I'm not trying to politic our way in. What I'm basing, my talking points on, and what I talked about today, was based on the last 4, 5, 6, 7 NCAA tournament fields. If you take our numbers, whatever numbers you want, whether it's the RPI, which again some people say is flawed, whether it's strength of schedule. You name it, our non-conference strength of schedule, all those numbers show that over the last 4 to 6 tournament fields, Xavier's in. And that's all I was trying to state. I'm not trying to sit up here and make our case. Ultimately your case is decided on the floor. I do think that we have a little bit of an asterisk that on one hand, if you're going to talk about our team without Edmund Sumner, which it's vastly different, you also have to then understand there was also a team that was playing basketball without Edmund Sumner and Trayvon Blewett. And the fact is that we're 4-3 when we've had Trayvon Blewett unaffected by injury and playing in games since the time that Edmund Sumner's been out. And when you look at it from that standpoint, and then again historically, do I feel good? About as good as you can feel. We also know that we want to handle our business and do what we can in the Big East tournament to even cement it more.
Do you feel like the team has adjusted to Edmund being gone?
Yeah, we relied for Edmund heavily in a lot of areas. Where it's been a challenge is just the number of players that we have. It's been unique for our team. Guys have played 35, 38, 40 minutes in some cases. In games, but I'm happy with the progress that our team's made. Again, it was a little bit choppy when Trayvon goes out, not only for games, but also certainly practice and the preparation leading up to it.
I don't think you can compare Marquette's offense to DePaul's offense, but did you like what you saw from your team in the second half of the DePaul game on the road when there were a couple of big shots like Chris Harrison Doc said, the way you guys sort of found some resolve and got big stops when you needed them?
Yeah, I thought our guys from the very beginning of the game to the end of the game played with a great sense of urgency, played like a team that knew what was at stake. The huddles were inspired. Guys, I thought, brought it for 40 minutes. We get down 11 points, very early in the game, and it wasn't, trust me, because we weren't ready to play. We missed some very easy shots, some wide open threes, some layups. And DePaul played well to start the game, but our ability to respond was needed, and we did.
Do you think there's any advantage for guys like JP or Trayvon that have shot Madison Square Garden before, that played games in there? Is there an advantage having experience in that building?
Well, I think so. I think they're used to the gym. They're used to the arena and what the environment presents. But we're still going to have to do it on Wednesday. But hopefully there's a little bit of a comfort zone for some of our players that have played a lot of games in MSG.
Do you get a sense, Coach, how exciting it is for the guys to play in the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden? Everybody knows how great of an arena that is. Do you get a sense how the guys kind of see that as a special?
Oh yeah, it's even when we played St. John's at the Garden this year, it's just. It's a different vibe. It's a different feel when you step in that building. Whether it's a freight elevator, walking in the back in the hallways, and seeing pictures, Ali Frazier, and it's just it's a really cool deal.
Did you ever play a game
Me personally,
Yeah.
I've never played in there. No, it'd be a little bit better than me.
What do you feel like you guys have learned in this last half of the season, like specifically going through some of those rough stretches?
Well, hopefully it's that you're always going to be dealt adversity, and I'm talking well away from the game of basketball, but being able to respond and come together and understand it's a fact of life. I think our team has learned that if we don't take care of the basketball, it's a real problem for us, and we're hoping to be much better here down the stretch.
You talked a little about Tyreek on the conference call. You hoping to get him back in practice?
He's not going to practice today. He has concussion-like symptoms. He'll be on a day-to-day, basis of whether he can practice or play. At this point, I assume that he's going to travel with us, but that hasn't been set in stone just yet.